Rise by J.L. Blakely. It only hurt the first time. When I sunk my teeth into his skin, the pain that shot through my head was immeasurable. No one told me of this, so it was unexpected. I've only ever heard of the victim complaining of pain, like when the incisors clamp down hard into the vein of their neck. Stephen King had it all wrong. I guess in retrospect, it was a lot like losing my virginity. I prowled the streets that night, uncomfortable in my new skin. I thought about the people I knew, actually the faces I remembered from my past, wondering how they would taste. Would a baby taste sweeter than an old man? Would a bum taste dirty and disgusting? I didn't know. No one gave me a handbook. I was lost in a new world, and there wasn't too much I could do about it. I only had two compulsions: to feast and to rise. My head was feeling rather fuzzy. I was a newborn and had not yet developed my vampire bearings. I tried in vain to remember my name. I thought it was Ruby for the first part of the night, but then as I approached my first victim, I remembered it was Jassie. It came to me with the brilliant resolution of 1,000 suns. Jessie McMahon. Bite down. Drink fast. I met Mike outside of a bar on the south side of Seattle, the Blue Emporium, a hot spot for up-and-coming bands. He was tall and blonde, a drummer. Not usually my type, but I wasn't looking for love. I moved into the gathering of bodies outside of the entranceway. Even as pale as I was, I went unnoticed by the crowd of young people standing around him. They were all punk rockers. Half of them looked deader than I was. He was an easy pickup. I guess it was my eyes. They had somehow changed. I could feel them beneath my eyelids, but hot and direct. I felt the way they entranced him. I smiled. It was a just reward for me, a plain Jane with no boobs. I would never have been able to pick him up if I were alive. He followed me down a back alley into a small park by the river. It was there I feasted. He only cried out once. He tasted good, but the cocaine that was still coursing through his veins made me giddy. I left the body lying there, under some shrubbery near the footpath. I knew he would be found early morning by some jogger. I didn't care. They would never catch me. Satiated, I walked the streets, able to watch people without having the feeling I was grocery shopping. I never went out this late at night, so the lights buzzing around me and the bar crowds were something new. I enjoyed watching the way the neon lettering colored the night with their fizzling energy. That's how I felt after I feasted. Strong and powerful, fizzling with energy. That's when it hit me. I could do anything. I was undefeatable under cover of the night. At first, I sat on a bus stop bench, thinking about what I should do. Should I rob a bank? I was quite capable now. My strength, that of 10 men. My speed, a flash of light to an onlooker's eye. But what would I gain? Money? I didn't need that anymore. So what was the point? I thought some more. Across the street was a jewelry store. I could grab a few nice trinkets. Sure, I could get all dressed up in my diamond tiara and emerald necklace. I could look like a princess. But aside from casting shadows and causing an uproar, what would I have accomplished? I was bored, undead, and very bored. That's where you came in. I saw you looking at me. I knew you knew what I was. I can sense that kind of thing. We didn't even speak. I merely stood up and began walking. You followed me. I crossed the road. You followed me. I walked up the stairs outside my apartment building, and you were right behind me. I've never had it so easy before. Why? I asked. I don't know, you said. I think I'm dead already. I looked at you. Yes, you looked like the Walking Dead, bruised from wrist to shoulder, mostly needle marks, punctures in the skin already draining you of life. Your eyes, two tiny dots of mortality. I wasn't hungry. I was sad. I can't. How do I tell you? I know that you are one step away from death. But that's not what I wanted to flirt with. Death this way is putrid. Each needle, each drug, slowly toxifying your body until you are rotting beneath the flesh. You cried. I watched you pull the gun from your jacket. It touched your temple and blasted a hole in your brain. Blood rained. I ran to my bed, the sun now approaching the horizon. Securing the blinds and covering my head with the blankets, I begged to sleep. To sleep until I rise again.